drive a 1950 Mercury known as the Crawford Merc in Dallas, Texas. I'm in a car club called Almendarez Car Club, and the name of my shop is called Pinnacle Refinish. James, like I said, unfortunately, I didn't really get a chance to know James that well, but he was a tremendous pinstriper. I mean, he would even airbrush. He would do all kinds, like anything car related, but more or less, he was known as being a pinstriper. And him and Jimmy would tag team stuff, man. Like they would do like he did artwork. He was the design, like did the portraits type stuff, you know what I mean? And then James would come in and stripe around it, and they did a lot of stuff together. And then when James Sr. passed away in 2010, I believe, I may be wrong about, I believe it was 2010. That's when Jimmy kind of had to step up and like fill his dad's shoes. At the time, he was still had a part-time job, like working in a print shop, t-shirts and stuff. But he got so overwhelmed with people asking him for pinstriping, and so that's what he did. He ended up doing that full time, and it was really good, man. Like I remember him telling me he was nervous at first because he knew he had big shoes to fill. But dude, he hit his mark every time. I never heard anybody complain about his work. His work ethic was unmatched. He would be there. Like if he told you he had to do a car in Corsicana at 8 in the morning, he was there at 8 in the morning and ready to work and happy about it. You know, he's done countless cars around here. And it's funny because everybody swears like their car was like one of the last ones he did, you know, which they're proud to have because he was very highly regarded. Both men were, regarded in the scene here, at least in North Texas and further. But I know at least here, like the name it's almost unrivaled. People would walk up to him and just like ooh and all over him, man. You know what I mean? Like he was like it was like then they say like, you know, somebody comes in and like the gates kind of just open. They did that for him, and it always flipped him out. He never could get used to it, man. He was like, now I kind of understand what my dad was talking about, because his dad would say like, I don't know why people do that. Hell, I just pinstripe cars, you know. I'm just this. I just do that. But yeah, man, people would go out of their way to come and shake his hand and then look at the car and talk to him. And dude, he could never even sit down at a car show because people were always pulling him left and right. And I remember talking to him a couple times, and we were still kind of feeling each other out type thing. And I was at Invasion, and he came up to me and he looked for me. He was like, hey, Isaac, what's going on, bud? How are you doing, man? Like, I'm doing good, Jimmy. How are you? You know, and this and that. We interacted, whatever. He was like, yeah, I just wanted to make it a point to come and see you, man, and make sure you know, see how you're doing. Like, yeah, I appreciate it, thank you. And he was that type of guy who would go out of his way for someone he had just met, just to see how your day was, you know. And but that's what he did, man. And his last few years that he was still with us, man. He took on the role. He was no longer Jimmy to a lot of people. He was Crawford. He took that name, it's a big name. Those are big shoes. And we still call him Jimmy, but people were like, oh, that's Crawford, you know, or that's Crawford's car, and that's that type of thing. But yeah, he was very, very well liked. Nobody I know or I've ever met or come in contact with has ever had anything negative to say about him or his family or anything at all. It's been chopped. Greg Smelly did the chop. I know that for a fact. But I know it's got like 54 Corvette teeth, French headlights. It's got DeSoto turn signals in the front. It's been nosed and decked. It's been chopped, bagged. It's got French 59 caddy taillights on it. Interior's all custom. The driver's seat, swivel seat. Like, I don't know what $1 million looks like, but I know what it feels like now. You know what I mean? This car is a giant on its own. It doesn't need any promotion. It doesn't need anything. And to own it now is it's unreal. We were talking, you know, it was me, Vicky, and Jimmy. We were talking, and that's when he kind of told me, said, hey, he's like, I need a favor from you. And I'm like, sure, man, like, whatever you need, what do you want, you know? He's like, I need you to paint my coffin for me. And I was like, dude, it still bugs me now, but he was like a mentor. I guess the biggest title I could give him is just irreplaceable. You know, because I have one dad, and nobody can replace my dad. Jimmy is on that same level. He gets that same admiration and love. I could never replace my father. But Jimmy is one of those people that I could never replace either.